Hey guys, what is up? It is Spooky Noodles. Now I'm here with a different video today. No, not today. I've already recorded one video, so I guess you're used to what I'm posting. But this video is gonna be different. Is what I mean. And even though all of these books I believe have been in videos before, I thought I'd just make a video dedicated to all of these books, except for one collection. But I will get to that in a second here. So all these books, what they have in common is that they are signed by the authors. I'm pretty sure I got all the books other than my Ronald Kelly books, because I have a lot. I have a whole video dedicated to my, signed Ronald Kelly books. But yeah, I thought I'd show off my signed books that I have that aren't Ronald Kelly, because again, I have so many of those. And I'm pretty sure this is all of them except for one, because now I see the one that I'm missing, and that's Andrew Harper's Night Cage. Andrew Harper? Is that right? In the end, it's Douglas Clegg. It's a pen name. And it's Douglas Clegg's Night Cage or something like that. It's a really good book. I'm selling it if anyone's interested in it. But yeah, I haven't really... I put it on Facebook Marketplace a while ago and no one's wanted it, so I'm just, I don't know. But yeah, sorry, scratching my nose. I got a little bit of a sunburn on my nose, only my nose. And yeah, but without further ado, let's get into the books. So these are all my signed books, like I said before. I either got them as gifts, or I got them, or I paid for them. So, without further ado, let's start with this. Mike Duke's Ashley's Tale. So, as you can see, it's to me, signed by Mike Duke. It says, "To Nick, be strong, for the wicked always hunt the weak." So that's the Ashley's Tale. Alright, next we have the next book in the series of Ashley's Tale, and that is Making Jake. This is book 2. And this one is also signed, as you can see. This one says, "To Nick, how far would you go to save someone you love from themselves?" Mike Duke. And you're gonna see a pattern here, but no collection would be complete without the full series. And this is Ashley's Tale Book 3. The initiation. The font is screwing me up. I'm sorry. I thought that was an I for a second. It's not the font's fault, it's my fault. But yeah. And inside it says, "To Nick, violence is the final answer, but when it is it the right one?" Mike Duke. This one's a little bit of a chunker. This is all by Stitch Smile Publications, I believe. Yeah. All these books are Stitch Publications, Smile Publications. And it's all 3 books in the Ashley's Tale series. I hope one day to be part of a publishing company, just like Mike Duke is. And before we go off on other authors, I have one more Mike Duke book. And this is Hate Inexorable. And I don't really know what any of these books are about, other than, holy crap, like, look at that. It is, like, spaced like crazy. I wonder why he spaced it out so much, because this book could be half as long. Maybe that's why. Maybe he wanted it to make it longer, so he spaced them out a lot. I don't know. I wonder if the other books are like that. No, they're not. They're proper size. It's just this one. So, this one says, "To Nick, hope this book punches you in the gut." Smiley face. Mike Duke. So that is all my Mike Duke books. Next we have a few Edward Lorne books. Don't know, me and Edward Lorne are kind of friends. Like, I like to think we're friends, but we're not like tight friends. Like, not like like super cool with each other all the time. Like, we sometimes talk to each other. I like to think I'm a good friend to him. I don't know. But he sent me this one as a gift, and the other one was in in exchange for another book. So I will go with War on Christmas, which I'm going to read this Christmas. This one's like spaced out just like that Mike Duke book, where it's like really like double spaced. Don't know why, but it is. And I believe this is just yeah, this is the full War on Christmas series, I guess. But yeah, to Nick, Christmas in July, Edward Loren. And then the next Edward Loren book I have that is signed is The Sound of Broken Ribs. It says, to Nick, stay scary, know what I'm saying, Edward Loren. Before I had another account, a YouTube account, which was called Scary Saying, and there I would post like all sorts of things before I became like a booktuber or whatever you want to call myself. I would post videos of my favorite sports teams. I would post stuff about Dragon Ball, and then I would post my reading stuff. Like, I did like a top 5 favorite books of all time, and that list has dramatically changed since. But yeah. But that is The Sound of Broken Ribs by Edward Loren. Next, we have a John Everson book, which is Siren. And I don't think it does have to Nick. Beware the Siren's Call. Dark Dreams, John Everson. And then he gave me this little thing with all his other books on it and his website. So that's really cool. Next, we have a really cool edition. I recently saw, you saw the back, so you already know what it is. But I saw Well Red Beard review Volume 2, and I owned Volume 1. And this one, of course, if you know anything about this video, which, you know, it is signed by all the authors. There's the signed plate. I think that's so cool. But Red Lagoo, Eleanor Mary, which I know, Stephen Pajak, Peter Rasha, Jane Alvery Harris, Charlotte Monroe, Kayla Krantz, Chris Wilkerson, R.J. Rolls, and R.E. Sargent. So yeah. And then it's also signed by, again, by R.E. Sargent. And it has the date when it was signed. So that's cool. And this is, again, Sinister Smile, I believe. So that's cool. I'm really happy to have this. I actually tried out for If I Die Before I Awaken Volume 2. Didn't work so well. They wanted something different. And it's not that my stories were bad, even though at the time, the one I probably sent them was probably bad. This is just probably them saying, you know, sorry you didn't, you know, make the cut. But they said it wasn't what they were looking for. They were looking for longer, scarier stuff. And I think I sent them like Portal in the Woods, which is like only a few pages long. So, yeah. I don't even remember which story I sent them, but I sent them a story. So next, we have a book that I really, really can't wait to read one day. I think I'm going to read it soon. I'm not sure when. I have the paperback version of this book, but this is the signed edition of Crooked Tree. Robert C. Wilson. And he is a Michigander, which is awesome. And as you can see, it's signed Robert C. Wilson. Well, actually, it's just Robert Wilson on here. Actually, I don't even know what that says. But yeah, I got this for $4.50. Can you believe that? $4.50 for this book? What a deal. Alright, so we're coming to the end here. I got 4 books left. I think I got 4 books left. Yeah, 4 books. The next one is a really cool book to me, even though it's got this plastic overlay on it. The library copy it is, and it's been damaged. It's seen better days. The spine is all rickety. It needs some glue. It needs some milk. But it is The Traveling Vampire Show by Richard Lehman, and you guys don't even know, but this book means a lot to me. It is one of my favorite coming-of-age stories of all time. It's number 2, right behind Fear by Ronald Kelly. And if you don't know, Ronald Kelly is one of my favorite authors of all time, so it's really hard to beat that book. But this is my second favorite coming-of-age story of all time, and that's Richard Lehman's The Traveling Vampire Show, and I will show you that it is signed Richard Lehman. He had really nice handwriting, so that's awesome. Alright, so these are the last 3 books. I'm not going to do a countdown, I guess. I guess I am doing a countdown. I don't mean to. Excuse me. So this one, this is the story behind this next book. So I won a raffle, per se. It was a contest where you basically just put your name in the comments, then they do a random generator, and then the most random person, a random person gets the winnings. And she picked 2 winners, and I was the first winner. So I don't know if the second winner got exactly what I got, but I got this, and it is. She gave it to me with the stuff that I won. And that is her book, R. St. Clair's book, Unmasked. The Truth Will Be Revealed. And it also, first of all, let me show you this awesome bookmark she gave me with it. A little tassel. Ain't that cool? And on the back it says that, her other books, which is the Dark Hollow Chronicles. And this is I think it has to do with the Dark Chronicles. But yeah, like I said before, all these are signed, and there is the signature for R. St. Clair. She crossed out her name and then wrote her signature, so that's really cool. And now we are down to the last 2, so I'm counting down. And they're both the same type of book, but I'll get to that in a second. This one's called Harrowing Horrors. This is the sequel, so it's number 2. And this is Shades of the Abyss. And it has 3 authors, J.Z. Foster, Chad Lutzke, and R.J. Rolls. And to show that I'm not lying, that it's signed, I will flip to the signature page. If I can flip to the signature. Alright, so there it is. So you got Chad Lutzke in the middle, R.J. Rolls at the end, and J.Z. Foster in the front. And the reason why I got this because Chad Lutzke, that's awesome. But the other people's stories sound good too. So, and J.Z. Foster's a friend of mine on Facebook, so I thought, why not? And because I got the first one, I had to get the second one. I'm pretty sure he sent it to me. I just spit everywhere. I'm pretty sure he sent this to me free of charge. I think I paid for that one, and he threw this one in. I can't remember. But this is Harrowing Horrors, the first one, I think. I may be wrong, but this is Demon Weed, which I'm actually very excited to read this book when I get around to it. It says, Nick, sorry about Toledo, but we're keeping it. Okay, there's a funny story behind that. We had this conversation while I was asking him if I could purchase his book, and he was from Ohio, and I'm like, oh man, I'm supposed to hate you. And he's like, why? And I'm like, Michiganders hate Ohioans, or whatever you want to call yourselves. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, why? Is it because of football? I'm like, part of it's because of football, but the other part is because we lost a war to you guys. It was the War of Toledo, I think it was. I'm not sure the official name, but it was a war for Toledo. A little tiny piece of land in Ohio that they have. Well, yeah, it was Michigan's first. And we lost the war and just gave it to them, and then later we'd find the Upper Peninsula. But we really wanted that little piece of land, and Ohio would not give it up. Ohio wanted that piece of land, and we wouldn't give it up, I should say. And ever since then, Ohioans and Michiganders have had beef. So that's why he said, Nick, sorry about Toledo, but we're keeping it. So that was really fun. I'm gonna read this book very soon because it's a short book, and the typing isn't like full-fledged on the page. Like, check this out. Like, there's like a lot of room, so I think I could read this sucker pretty quickly. How long is this sucker? This one is 59 pages long, so I could read this bad boy in a day. So I think I might actually do that soon. It might be a change of pace because I need to finish something soon. Because not reviewing books sucks. I hate being in this limbo where I'm not reviewing anything. You know, like, I wish I could read a book in a day and then do reviews because I love making reviews. But yeah, I will do some reviews soon. I'm still reading Until Summer Comes Around. Let me put this book down. Still reading Until Summer Comes Around. Great book so far. Like I said, there's some things I'm gonna talk about, but so far, great book. And there's not much really to say other than I'm reading it. So I'm halfway through. I'm on like 53% through it, so I'm past the halfway mark. It's going very, very well. There seems to be like added characters that you don't get to feel for, and I'll talk about that when I get around to it. I wish he would introduce characters and let them live a little longer and then kill them off, so then at least we have some emotional connection to them, even if the emotional connection isn't very strong. I guess I'm just gonna talk about it, but yeah, like, he just invents characters just to kill them off, and that's fine. I don't care that he does that, you know. It's cool because if you're gonna have a serial killer, you gotta invent random people and give them just invent people to kill. But I feel like there's no, I don't really care that they're dying, you know. Like, I want to be mad at Gabriel, but it's like I'm mad at Gabriel for different reasons than him killing people, which is weird. But yeah, I'll talk about that in another video, in the review probably. But yeah, that has been my signed copies, excluding Ronald Kelly's, because I have a whole stack that is bigger than this pile of Ronald Kelly signatures. All I had to do was pay for shipping. I shipped all my books to him, then he shipped them back, and yeah, every book is signed, and most of them are in great condition. Like, Pitfall looks perfect. Something Out There, I think it's what that book's called, is perfect. Moon of the Werewolf is up there and it's perfect condition. Then I have other books like The Buzzard Zone, which I can't wait to read. The Buzzard Zone, guys. I keep forgetting that I have that up there, and that's a zombie book that I really want to see how Ronald Kelly does zombies. Like, he did vampires, werewolves, zombies. You know, he's done it all. So I'm very interested to see how he handles zombies. I like his whole, like, if zombies exist, of course there are going to be buzzards hanging around them because they like to pick carcasses. So, you know, it just makes sense that there'd be a buzzard zone, and I like that, so I can't wait to give it a read. But anyways, from my understanding, that is all my signed books, except for one, which is by Andrew Harper, aka Douglas Clegg, which is The Night Cage. I will talk to you guys in the next video. And Lula just came upstairs. But I will talk to you guys later. And I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you have a spooky night. I'll catch you in the next video. This has been a signed video. Peace out. Hit the stop button.